New at 5, getting a haircut can seem like a simple task, but to some it can be stressful, uncomfortable, and even scary, especially for people on the autism spectrum or with other special needs.
A new barbershop in Henderson is designed to put those clients at ease with patience and understanding. Fox 5's Shauna Khalifi shares the mission of inclusivity at 101 Barbershop.
For people with special needs, getting a haircut can be daunting. That's why Stacy Skillman opened 101 Barbershop in Henderson, a safe, inclusive space for all, with barbers catering to every client's specific sensory needs.
Just paying attention, just being really, really patient, and just making sure like you do what you can to make them comfortable for that haircut.
Some of them may want to come in and color and have a snack. We may have to have certain movies on, certain music. It's just all about them and making them feel like they have a place to belong, and they look good when they leave.
Stacy was inspired by her son Jordan, who's nonverbal autistic and, like many people with special needs, struggled to find a barbershop where he felt comfortable. 101 Barbershop is now one of the only salons in the state that specializes in autistic and special needs clients, and they have plenty of satisfied customers.
When we show them the mirror, when we see that smile on their face, they really, really appreciate it, and it's a great feeling.
Shauna Khalifi, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
101 Barbershop offers free haircuts for clients with autism or special needs every Tuesday from noon until 4. We do have that information to make an appointment on this story on our website, fox5vegas.com.